Many lib couples remain bittersweet remnants of their past. A lot of its star separations can be theoretically blamed on the betrayals they faced during their time on the reality show. I'm your host Michaela, let's get into it. Love is Blind, a show producers refer to as a dating experiment, continues to surprise viewers with its endless drama and unique concept. Fans are able to witness the dramatic Carlton and Diamond breakup, and probably ugly cried after Jessica shot down Mark. It also came as a huge shock when Kenny was rejected by Kelly at the altar, and despite some of the show's romantic duos giving love a second try, not every couple got their happy ending. Question of the day, who is a lib couple you liked who broke up? Taking our 10th spot is Raven Ross. Raven and SK Alagbada have snatched the record of having one of the rockiest relationships in the show's history. The two were first introduced through the experimental reality show's Pod Stage, and later engaged despite breaking things off. Their rough start eventually resulted in celebrated reconciliation, however then came the TikTok allegations that SK cheated on Raven while they were together prior to the season 3 release of Lib. Their split was most recently announced via the pair's joint statement on Instagram, referencing legal proceedings and allegations only 11 days after the couple reconfirmed their relationship at the reunion. Their crushing announcement concluded, "We ask that you please respect our privacy during this hard time. Thank you for following our love story and believing in us. This journey has forever shaped our lives, and we are so grateful for everyone who has been a part of it." Taking our 9th spot is Kenny Barnes. The couple, consisting of Kenny and Kelly Chase, seemed perfect on the outside and displayed zero signs of trouble within. More so, despite viewers not seeing much of them together, they look to have had a truly healthy relationship with each other. This is probably what served as the biggest shock when Kelly turned down Kenny's offer at the altar. Upon closer inspection, some fans were able to draw up clues first dating back to when Kelly was hesitant to physically strengthen their relationship. But there were a few who still thought they would work through this, mostly after the show. However, unfortunately, there was never any evidence which suggested this, which in turn pushed the subject of their breakup for good. From the very beginning of the show, Kelly voiced her high relationship standards, and apparently Kenny just didn't measure up to them. Taking our 8th spot is Diamond Jack. Diamond and her lib partner Carlton Morton seemingly couldn't avoid the large scandal which eventually branded their former relationship. Even though fans saw a definite possibility of them making it in the long run, the couple fell apart because Carlton hid his sexual orientation from Diamond. By the time he did get around to finally confessing, his soon-to-be bride felt completely betrayed, and the whole mess ended in their explosive breakup. After the show, the pair were unable to find common ground and stopped speaking to one another for a long time. Eventually, the former romantic duo did share text exchange, but it never initiated anything more. Carlton was the one to inform Oprah during a Daily Vone interview about them keeping in touch, relaying, "It's still kind of awkward, we're learning to communicate." That's a good way to put it. Taking our 7th spot is Mallory Zapata and Sal Perez. This next one is a bit of a split betrayal, as both parties have equally hurt one another during their turbulent time together. While two of the couples from the second season did end up together, many of the finals saw very different endings, filled to the brim with alleged betrayals and cheating rumors. Mal and Sal were just one of those partners who experienced an extremely unsteady journey to wed. Sal made the decision to say "I don't" during their ceremony, however the two proceeded to continue dating and working on their relationship afterwards. Though it soon seemed obvious that Mal was just not into her fiancé. Days prior to the wedding, Sal's overwhelming ex paid a visit to his family home with demands that he should not marry Mal. When Mal discovered this and noticed Sal's apprehension about tying the knot, she was also hesitant to move forward. Then the March 4th reunion rolled around, and it was clear they weren't on good terms or even together. In Lib's second after their altar run, Sal made a surprise appearance with his fresh girlfriend, Jessie Palkovic, and Mal understandably looked displeased and out of place. Despite it looking like Mal still harbored feelings for Sal, he apparently had moved on. Resultantly, Sal detailed he'd no longer run to the protection of Mal and hoped to tell the truth, later explaining that the night prior to the proposals, he had full plans of getting down on one knee. However, he claimed that as he was speaking to Mal on the phone while walking home, he discovered her drunk with an old male friend in a car. Evidently, Sal assumed they were messing around, which resulted in him immediately drawing back on his original decision. Taking our 6th spot is Gianna Gebelli. This somewhat explosive pairing of Gia and Damien left viewers with tons of drama to digest, and in the end, Damien expressed his true feelings when he rejected Gia's proposal. But this didn't quite mark the end of their life's journey, as Gia got the short end of the stick from being left at the altar. Following this unpleasant event, Gia mustered up the courage to speak with Damien again and even gave him another chance. However, Mommy Gebelli Lee was not a fan of Damien's rejection. She took the harsh action as offensive and was not in support of the couple's former relationship, even informing Gia that she should have never agreed to get together with Damien. So when the pair reunited, it was obvious she was livid. Without Gia's family approval, the couple faced difficulties in attempting to overcome their obstacles, and things ended up fizzling out. Taking our 5th spot is Deepti and Kyle. Having both walked away from their previous relationships on the show with Shake and Shayna a few months after their season wrapped, Deepti informed Elite Daily that she and Kyle had reconnected. However, their surprising post-reunion reveal left fans devastated. The short-lived couple announced their relationship on After the Altar, but no one was prepared for the massive letdown that followed. Even though their connection was never displayed as part of the show's airing, as you can guess, there was most likely an attraction behind the scenes, which potentially could have led to their decision to walk away from marrying other people. Kyle's revelation of his feelings for his best friend was revealed in the season's finale right before the follow-up ATA episodes, where he admitted to greatly loving Deepti and expressed regrets of not proposing to her. Their embarkment of a relationship would not see a future for very long, as mere days after Lib's final S3 episode, Kyle took to Instagram to confirm that he and Deepti were romantically together, but it didn't quite substantialize. He penned a mindful social media post that detailed their insanely short journey and noted they were still on good terms, also revealing he was seeing someone new. Taking our 4th spot is Cole Barnett and Zanab Jaffrey. Like a few previous couples, both Cole and Zanab seemed to betray each other over time. Zanab accused Cole of body shaming her for eating tangerines, while also avidly complaining about and airing their issues in front of all their loved ones during their wedding. A deleted scene of Zanab's accusations was aired at the reunion, a moment which shook fans who immediately noticed the vast difference between the actual conversation and the reality star's original story. After noting the cutie story several times, the show released formerly unaired footage of Cole questioning Zanab if she would eat 2 clementines before their dinner reservation. She responded with, "That's a serving, are you okay with that?" Cole suggested she save her appetite because they'd be having a big meal. Viewers noticed he seemed confused when she informed him of only eating a banana for the day, to where he asked, "Oh, are you getting wedding dress bod?" and Zanab finalized with something like that. As for Cole's part, following Vanessa's inquiry for more information about a related conversation during taping, Raven further piled on an alleged indiscretion that happened during the boys' bachelor party, alluding to Cole grabbing a girl's phone number. Cole denied it despite Zanab's instances of him kissing the random girl as well. Zanab later referenced Cole's saving grace being the reason why some of their scenes got chopped. Taking our 3rd spot is Bartise Bowden. Like Cole, as aforementioned, Bartise was also heavily targeted during the 3rd season's reunion. The taping revealed Nancy claiming he moved on mere days after their ceremony, describing allegedly seeing him partying with an unknown woman right after their wedding. Bartise eventually shared his experience in a November US Weekly issue, detailing how he felt his Lib alums were particularly hard on him and Cole during the Netflix show's 3rd finale. Quote, "I think we were both attacked. They aggressively attacked Cole. But here's the deal. Cole was fighting back. I just sat there. I was like, you guys are right, like whatever you're saying I literally did. So are you gonna beat a dead horse at this point, or are we moving on?" During his time on the show, Bartise was not shy about his physical attraction to another castmate, further calling Raven a smoke show during he and Nancy's Malibu getaway. The ULT graduate informed Weekly after the fact that he was not proud of how he carried out the situation. The reality star faced an even worse controversy during a candid sit-down with him and Nancy while they discussed family plans. "I was definitely worried because that's such a politically polarizing topic. We're sitting there and there's 2 huge cameras pointing at us and we're talking about abortion, and it's like, okay, are we actually gonna get into this right now? I'm proud of both of us for saying our opinions and not giving a care what these cameras are gonna be thinking or what the 80 million people that watch Love is Blind are gonna be thinking." Taking our 2nd spot is Natalie Lee. Natalie and Shane seemed like the most promising couple to make it all the way for season 2, but a huge fight with nasty words exchanged the night before they were meant to tie the knot saw them separating shortly after. Ultimately, Natalie decided to step down from their relationship and refused to marry Shane the following day, noting that she wanted to work through their problems. However, Shane requested space. Despite the two continuing to date on and off after their wedding fell through, they resultantly called their love off because of never-ending quarrels. In other news, Natalie and co-star Shake have been at odds since their season, and she most recently sent the troubled male a cease and desist over the summer. While the Live cast tends to air it all out on social media, Natalie grew frustrated with the show and took things even further by threatening her co-star with legal action. A near 2 months following Natalie's original sending of the legal notice in August, Shake uploaded an Instagram story on October 6th of a photo of the paperwork. As for Natalie, Shake was served due to his allegedly untrue statements regarding her and Shane's relationship in various interviews. Taking our first spot is Lauren Chamblin. As many Live fans are aware, Mark Kuvas and Jessica Baton were engaged on the show until they split on their wedding day. Since then, Mark's been romantically linked to LC Lauren, who desired Matt Barnett before Matt picked Amber Pike to be his bride. During Lauren's time on the show, the reality star replied to a Reddit thread named "My close friend's co-worker is dating Mark," with claims that she'd been seeing him since May 2020. Even though the OG thread has been removed, speculation arose when images of Mark spending time with an unknown blonde surfaced during his Cleveland visit. Lauren called it quits in light of the cheating rumors. That's been today's WA10. Thanks for watching, friends!